Yes, my dear students, I am indeed very happy to tell you that grammar is just like that of science. We cannot be prolix, we cannot be we cannot just show any sort of verbosity while taking of grammar classes. So therefore it is very precise, accurate, certain and succinct class. That is, we have to be very much accurate. So now let us start. First of all, we must know the basics of any subject. So grammar is also part and parcel of English literature, or you can say English language. So therefore, from that point of view, I think that we should start from beginning, and the beginning part of grammar is the sentence. That is, we must know what the sentence is. What is the sentence? Right? We must know all that. And from this point, that is, what is the sentence, I will start and end it when the last point of grammar comes. So now see, when we speak or write, we use a group of words. What is sentence? I am just giving you the clear. Yes, so first of all, I am writing the definition of a sentence, a combination of words. Now see, a combination of words that makes a complete sense. A combination of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. You are just watching the definition of a sentence. A combination of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. For example, as little Jack Horner sat in a corner. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner. So now you are watching. Just always differentiate. So now the main thing is that sometimes we don't pay attention to the two things. The first thing is what is letter and what is word. We should understand, or we should differentiate a letter from word. Means you know that word is formed by using a number of letters, and a sentence is formed by using a number of words. These are the things that we leave unheeded, and these things must be properly or appropriately retained in mind. So now you are seeing a group of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. That is, little Jack Horner sat in a corner. There are 4 or 5 words in this sentence, and all these sentence combine with one another and form a sentence. Right? I think that you must have been you must have understood it, and we go ahead now. See, so now see kinds of sentences. Next thing is kinds of sentences. Kinds मतलब types of sentences or kinds of sentences. How many kinds of sentences are there? So sentences are of four kinds. Sentences are of four kinds. Number one, those which make statements or assertions. Those which make statements or assertions. As for example, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Right? Humpty Dumpty is just the proper name. One word, sat another word, on another word, a another word, and wall another word. In this way, this group of words, a group of words like this, just makes a sentence. It is called, just that an affirmative sentence. This is called an affirmative sentence. Number two, those which ask questions, i.e., for example, as what is your name? Where do you come from? Where do you live? So on and so forth. Now this is called second. Number one, those which make statements or assertions. For example, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Number two, those which ask questions as what is your name? Where do you come from? Where do you live? Where do you live? So on and so forth. Now, number three, those which express commands. Those which express commands. Commands means orders. Commands, requests, or entities. Entities. Right? Entities means just that it is also an appeal or request. For example, silence. When you enter your library, just at the gate you find written over there silence. Silence means now you have to be still, means be still or be quiet, don't talk at all. Silence, have mercy upon us. Have mercy upon us. Mercy means kindness. So, these are the sentences of These are called imperative sentence. Later we will discuss them. Number 4, those which express strong feelings. Those which express some sudden strong feelings, strong feelings of the mind, as how intelligent you are, how intelligent you are, right? How intelligent you are. How cold the night is. How cold the night is. These are the examples. Another example may be taken. What shame. What a shame. Now see, a sentence that makes a statement, sentence that makes a statement, a sentence that makes a statement or assertion, or assertion is called a declarative or assertive sentence. Is called a declarative or assertive sentence. Clear? A sentence that makes a statement or assertion is called a declarative or assertive sentence. So you must keep it in mind, or retain it in mind, or bear it in mind. Bear it in mind, sorry. Now see, a sentence that makes a question, that asks a question, a sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. Then a sentence that expresses a command or an entity is called an imperative sentence. Last, a sentence that expresses some sudden strong feelings of the mind. Feelings of the mind. Some sudden strong feelings of the mind, is called an exclamatory sentence. Is called an exclamatory sentence. So this is the first chapter of Wren and Martin's grammar book, and I think that you might have got clear concept of this first chapter, and it can further be revised here. For example, as I have told you that a combination of words or a group of words, combination means group of words or a combination of words that makes a complete sense is called a sentence. For example, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, or little Jack Horner sat in a corner, or Jack and Jill went up the hill. Then sentences are of four kinds. Number one, as you know, that assertive sentence or declarative sentence, when we make some assertion or declaration, that is called a declarative sentence. And when we ask questions, for example, what is your name, where do you come from, where do you live, what is your father's name, these are the interrogative sentences. These are called interrogative sentences. And then when we just express our commands, our requests, our entreaties, they are called imperative sentences. Last one, when we express some sudden strong feelings of the mind, for example, oh, he is ruined, ah, he is feeling great pain, so such are the hooray, we have won the match. These are the sentences that are expressing strong feelings of ours, and that is why they are called exclamatory sentences. I think that you have got the clear picture of the first chapter of grammar, Wren and Martin, based on Wren and Martin, and next chapter will be commenced for the next time, that is for tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks.